What's up, geeks, nerds, and all that line between? I'm JustACommonFan back with a new video, and today I get to review the graphic novel Ouroboros, A Journey Through Memory and Time by Michael Peckham. Oh boy, this was awesome. Let's get right into it. I'm going to try to keep this video kind of short because I've actually traveled in time myself twice now, because every time I try to upload this video it's over 20 minutes long because I have so much to say about this comic. But I'm gonna go ahead and just get to the important points so we can enjoy this journey together. All right, so this book is written and drawn by Michael Peckham. He's a independent writer and artist, so please make sure that you support your independent writers and artists. Go to your comic book store, ask your comic book store what is the newest independent comics. Do search online and find ones that you may like, but definitely try to support them. Buy one issue, buy 2 issues. You don't have to commit to a whole run if you don't like it, but just try to encourage them, because that not only does it give them more money and more sales to do more cool things, but it also is refreshing to read a book that doesn't involve the 7th Batman run that's on shelves, or the 18th comic that's currently going starring Iron Man or Spider-Gwen or Gwenpool or whatever is hot at the moment, right? So definitely support your independent comic book writers and authors, writer is author and artists, because they need our help to keep this kind of stuff going. I'm going to put links below on how to find Michael Peckham online. I'll go ahead and actually tell you right now. Instagram, Peckham_arts. Facebook, Peckham Arts. There you go. The links will also be down below, so you can check him out. This story is really good. I'm going to do my best not to spoil it for you, which is also why I didn't... I had to re-record this video because I felt like I spoiled a little bit for you. But this is a time travel book, and it kind of threw me off a little bit because I was like, man, I hate time travel. Time travel makes me want to vomit in my mouth sometimes. Anytime one of my favorite comics, movies, stories, whatever, travel through time, I get scared because I'm not going to be able to keep up with it, except for Back to the Future. But Michael keeps his story very simple, and that's not an insult. His story is somewhat simple, but it allows you to keep up with the theme of the book, which is time travel and memory. There are some tropes in here that you find in other comic books and stories. It's a typical... a professor picks somebody who's special to gain a new ability. His granddaughter or somebody close to the professor feels that it should have been them that was chosen to have the ability, not this person. And of course somebody wants to steal that technology away. Typical. We've seen it in all stories and stuff. But again, it's presented here in a very, very beautiful way, and it's so simple. Again, not so simple, but it's somewhat simple to the fact that it allows you to remain enthralled in the book and not get taken out by small little story elements, especially when they're traveling through time. Now, the way traveling through time works is that a professor discovered that people could possibly see in a different dimension that would allow them to see their past, present, and future all at the same time, choose a point in their past or future to go to, inhabit their own body in that time, and then return to the present, hopefully with the memories of what they saw. But of course, every time Gabriel travels through time, it takes a toll on his body and a toll on his mind. He even goes through here at one point where he says that it feels like somebody is reaching into his skull every time he travels through time. And for some reason, they can't figure out how to travel into the future. They can only travel to the past. There's a couple of things that happen in this book as well that kind of upset me. Like, there's one scene where Gabriel travels through time, and the professor is missing, and him and Stacy have to find the professor, but they take time to check in with their relationship and themselves and have a witty banter before they go looking for him. And then something crazy happens, and I couldn't help but think, well, if you guys wouldn't have spent this time talking to each other and went and found him, then maybe you could have stopped this crazy thing from happening, right? But again, you see that in movies and comics and TV shows all the time. I do want to show you guys some artwork in here. Here's what it looks like when he's traveling through time. Look at that. Look how crazy and painful that looks. Michael does a really good job in this book with the artwork, even though it's in black and white, for cost reasons, and also because there's just a lot of great comics that are in black and white. the detailing he puts within his artwork on the faces really carries the art of this book. And you can, just look at the faces of the characters and not even know what's going on and really understand the theme of what's happening in the book. And I want to show you a shot, a non-spoiler shot, of Gabriel and the professor and Stacy all together. Here we go. So here's Gabriel and Stacy right here having their witty banter when they should be looking for the professor, which kind of upset me. And then here's the professor and Gabriel over here. The book is really, really cool. And then at the end, there's a bonus story, which I won't spoil it for you. Can I even show you this? I mean, yeah, I'll show it to you. So real quick. So there's a bonus story in the back that doesn't change the current story, excuse me, but it takes place before the events of this book, and it just involves Gabriel and Stacy and kind of their relationship. So I thought that was really, really cool. Also, there are, there's more artwork in the back of the book. You get the character profiles of everybody in the book. There's Gabriel's. Here's the professor and Stacy and the villain, who I have my theories about. And then here are the comic book covers for the book itself. The graphic novel is about 100 pages. Super easy to sit through and read in less than an hour. And trust me, you're going to want to, because you're going to want to read it again, especially after you read that bonus story. It gave me a different look at Gabriel and Stacy, so I wanted to go back and read the story all over again, which I did. There's also a preview in the back here for Michael's next story, which is called Beast Hunter. And the cool part about Beast Hunter is that it says that it's going to have appearances by the professor, Stacy, and Gabriel. So, of course, I had to know more about that, right? So, I'm going to pull up my phone here, go to Instagram, because I actually did a quick interview with Michael, and I wanted to cover this with you guys. So, I asked him, why did you do the book in black and white? And he said, well, coloring a book is a lot of work. The original print of Ouroboros was about 2 years ago, and I didn't feel like my painting skills were on par with my drawing skills. It's also much cheaper to print in black and white, and a lot of my favorite comics are printed that way. So, very good point. I asked him, will there be a continuation or a sequel to this book? Because one of the things I hated the most was how it ended, because it ended so good and I want to read so much more. I want to read and read and read and read and read about these characters. And he said that I'm going to try to read this because there are spoilers in this. So if I blank some stuff out, that's why. I wrote the story to be a true blank, so there won't ever be a continuation. There could be a short extra comment here and there, but it will be during the time before this book. And then I asked him, okay, well, what inspired this story? He said it was built around the idea that people can get caught in bad cycles without realizing it, which is why he made Gabriel and Stacy, I made Gabriel and Stacy, from his perspective, I made Gabriel and Stacy have a kind of good and bad relationship that bounces back and forth. So I was making a physical blank to represent a blank that can happen just by people not questioning their actions. You got to read this book, and when you read the book, you will fill in what that blank is. So then I asked him if he can give us a little sneak preview of Beast Hunter, and he said, Gabriel, Stacy, and the Professor exist in Beast Hunter as the same characters, but it's a completely different story and dimension. And they act the same, but the Ouroboros story didn't happen in Beast Hunter, so there's no time travel. And then he did confirm that he's planning a launch for Beast Hunter in the next couple of months, and that this YouTube channel will get a copy of Beast Hunter, and I can read it, I can share it with you guys. So guys, please support your independent comic books, your independent writers and artists, and definitely go by your comic book store and check out Ouroboros. If they don't have them, ask them to order it for you, okay? And if you can't, and they can't do it, then I'll put the links down below where you can find Michael. I feel like my voice is traveling through time, I'm sorry. I'll put the links down below where you can find Michael Peckham online. I'm sure he can point in the right direction of how to buy a copy of this book. I think this book is great. Please check it out. But what do I know? I'm just a common fan. And now I'm traveling through time again because I forgot to show you this. So look at the way the book could have been colored if he would have decided to do it that way. How cool is that? Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? Doesn't it remind you of a certain comic book character who I might be doing a video on soon in his most recent run of comics. Anyway, thank you for allowing me to travel through time and share that with you. And it really was traveling through time. I forgot to share it with you. So thank you guys for spending time with me with this book. And hey, what can I say? I'm just a common fan.
No, no, no.